Hello, this is your disabled combat veteran, Commiso, and my battle buddies. Well, as I'm an American, born in an American name, I'm like, that makes me like a citizen. If I was born in America, I'm a citizen as an American, living in an America. Well, hey, it's me again, Michael Commiso on that site everybody on the internet. Well, hey. I found this on eBay. So now I have to just wait for the post to put the American flag somewhere back there. And you know, I was trying to feel like what it means to be an American man back home in American land. And I think as an American man in American land, we should show in America our way of life on the internet shouldn't be that stressful as Americans. And I will say that by now, as I don't know how much you really need to know how, like, I know people probably Commiso on the internet, but I'm Michael Commiso. So I'm trying my best, and I really, over time, as I'm in April, I'm going to be 40 in April. So I just have I don't know, like, I feel like in my lifetime of being with Commiso on the internet, I show a lot of cool personality in my YouTube videos. And as Michael Commiso online, as your veteran, how can somebody that was like, I will say, sometimes maybe in my, I felt like either Doogie Howser or the other guy with the narrators that talks. Well, that's how I felt when I was going through school. I wasn't really trying to figure out what everybody's thinking is. You know, if you think about it, you really don't have to try to figure out what if everybody's basically doing the same thing. Or I feel like as in the Matrix world and the internet, like, people forget to use their social skills, and I have no social skills, either in the Matrix world or whatever the internet is. I'm just And I have a good quality as I'm an American man, and I just try to be down, but I don't know what that means anymore, because I really cannot see how everybody is like. We know what it takes not to be uptight on the internet, but still be uptight on the internet. So it sucks where people direct each other's lives on the internet in the first place. Like, yeah, I could see maybe if people care about you and they try to direct you life on my balls back as an American man. I feel like I'm a really good guy so far in life, as to I get panic attacks because I came back home alive from war on the internet. So I don't know how much research you need to, like, I'm just Commiso. I know I'm a veteran and everything, but I'm also Commiso as a veteran. So I still, as a person, like, I can't understand how anybody could take me the wrong way as a person. Because I have like I'm just Commiso. While I am going back in time trying to figure out how can you all sit there and watch me as your friend back home as a veteran and see how can anybody say anything negative or bad to your veterans back home? Because for anybody that served the United States after 9/11, it has to be a good person to serve the United States after. Because it's hard to believe, like, anybody has any kind of conflict with each other in the world in the first place. Because we all have, I don't know, it's like, we all basically grew up in the same kind of, like, we care about each other. Each country was be able to trade with each other, and I feel like sometimes we need to build our products in America. So, because America used to build cool things in America back in the day. So, it's cool that we can be cool with each other and understand each other by saying, I'm an American, man. Man, I'm supposed to come home, and because I'm lucky, place back home. So I'm not trying to take advantage of. If that's like the one thing that I think is like the one thing of the internet, as to it feels like all we do is talk negative about each other on the internet. So if we all have an idea, you guys somehow screw each other over, or even over coming up with ideas on the internet. So, but I got this far, and I do understand that out of buddies and that shit. It's like you're friends, and it's like you should have each other as each other's back as friends. So I was a shy, quiet kid that joined the military, and the military taught me somehow to make goofy YouTube videos, and I feel like I'm not that bad. I just want to make people laugh. So it sucks that people confuse each other over the years on the internet and then still get each other, like get it wrong about each other as people. So I do have trouble breathing back home as a veteran because I was faced through traumatic being whatever that is as a veteran on the internet. So I feel I'm still here, and I'm going to be 40 in April, and I highly doubt, like we're still, I hopefully, as a human being on planet Earth, we still have that advantage of being a human being on planet Earth where, man, we have to take the time and realize all the bullshit on the internet where I was a student at one point in time, and basically you rather have some conflict of that was something I don't know. You know, being a veteran, I think you lose as people. You do forget about your veterans. So, you know, somehow, I don't think people do it on purpose and forget about their veterans and everything. And I know I have trying to be an American man with American land. And sometimes, you know, people forget you have to have some giggles at the party, right? You know, I'm that guy at the bar that tries to make people laugh, but it's the pressure of making people laugh at the party where I just want to chill. So, as you all have that, whatever, we all are human beings on the internet. Hopefully the AI, the robot, they figure out how to somehow brainwash there's robots on the internet. So I don't feel like I did anything on the internet that should overreact or concern anybody as being me, as I'm going to be 40 and I'm like the love guru back home in America. You know, I do understand. You all have lives of your own back home. I don't want to, you know what I mean. I would try to stand up for my battle buddies. I feel one good thing as being an American soldier. I was a good soldier, American soldier, because I was that older child in school that stood back in first grade. And I feel like I always had to stand up for everybody in the school somehow. That was the type of, I was a shy, nervous guy. trying to figure out why. I do believe as how you guys somehow somebody always takes shit from everybody in the world, and that good guy is like trying to fix everything. So I don't feel like I was a bully in the school, or I don't know what type. I feel like I was left out sometimes in school, but I was always training in the wrestling matches, and somehow, because I got the first place medal in my freshman year, you all expect a lot from me as my freshman year, even in my wrestling time in the UN. I do understand what respect is, but it's being respectful and taking it up with my asshole and the bullshit, as I'm like, you know, I'm the kid in school that tried to get along with everybody in school. As a student in my class, I feel like if I get along in the school or something, that's so I didn't know, but I was nervous to say words in the classroom, as I got hit in the head a lot. And for where I am as going to be next month, a 40-year-old man in America that served his country the best of my ability, you know, I flew all around the world. That right there was kind of complicated for veterans. As can I say I'm an American hero for just doing that alone as a veteran? But I feel like I'm just a goofy guy at the party. You know, if I didn't get the joke at the party, as so many parties you all, as I'm going to be 40 and I just want to chill at the party at a 40-year-old man. And it's like the law doesn't tell you enough information as the law. They get mad at you on the internet. So I highly doubt American law is that complicated to abide by, where it's like we should be chilling all around the world in this time of history. I have trouble reading books, so I understand movies, and I try to find cool TV shows, and really that's why I try to avoid negative even on being on the internet. Because I need that much pressure as a human being on the planet where, hey, we should, everybody should be safe on the internet, find out in the whole world. So I feel like I really a cool guy. I don't know. They didn't teach me. I didn't get a chance to learn everything in the military, but I was just a specialist, and I felt like I was cool being a specialist at Fort Bragg. You know, the only reason why I got out of the military is because I was worried about back home. You know, that pressure of serving your country alone is tough. But you always realize you didn't get the chance to party with Grandpa long enough, or you didn't get a chance to party with Grandma. just because people get old doesn't mean they have to get old. You know, I saw, what about Rhino or Reno or whatever that movie was called with, was it Sandra? No, not Sandra. Whatever, I forgot her name was. I don't understand the miscommunication of, it feels like everybody just wants to chill and I understand safety, but I don't understand how we actually should be able to trust each other as a human species on planet Earth, because so we don't really, we also should be able to trust the security and man, it shouldn't be that much security to as to where all the hate comes from in the world. So I don't know the hate on I really cannot. So far, you know, I feel like I did a lot of cool things on the internet. As to, hey, people write things on the internet 24 hours a day. No way, free read. What's that? The teachers. The one thing I think I lacked in school was pre-read my homework or my schoolwork. I never speech impediment student in school and I had difficulty in English. My tough subject in school was English. I think there should be a point if you get this far in math. I think you got math by now. But I don't know what else can you teach. Like, it feels like it all went out of your way and then you never even gave me a chance to chill with me back on the internet. So, and the way making my YouTube videos, I'm not sure. It feels good to look back on your YouTube. People put me down my whole life, but I say some cool things on my YouTube channel. And I'm not like everybody. I don't go out of the way to get everybody in trouble. I think that's another cool thing being in the military as a battle buddy. I understand friendship and I didn't understand why I felt like I was just cool partying with everybody in the barracks. Was you got to hang with your battle buddies in the barracks. So I feel like at my first duty station, I got a cool roommate, my first cool duty station. And yeah, I understand, as there were Americans that served from different types of American land in America, in the land. So I got the chance to party with Southern Americans. Yeah, I think I was taken in their little drinking pack in the battle buddies in the barracks. And I feel like, yeah, I think over time my battle buddies figure out I was like a young years old when I was joined the military. So I still was a little teenager in America when I joined the military. And I didn't understand what they was talking about real life. And I couldn't still understand real life. Oh, when you are facing real life, like, things are not going to be so easy as you think as watch an American teenager movies in America. Well, hey, somehow they became an actor in America. And you would say, do they do that in America back home as veterans? And I feel that the internet is not there yet to each other from the real life on the internet. The real life is still on the internet. But I feel like an 80s retro. See, like, I feel like I like a lot of wrestlers when I was a child. And I didn't get the chance to see all the pay-per-views wrestling. Because I realized as a teenager in high school, I realized I was a wrestler on the wrestling team when I was in high school. And, you know, I didn't get a chance to see all the movies. And, I don't know what cool people do, but there's probably a lot of cool things. So, I feel like I'm getting there in the style of Commiso. And, you know, I like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, and I feel like, you know, everybody forgets about Ultimate Warrior. You know, I don't know the true story on other wrestlers, because sometimes I feel like I just want to drink with my friends and family and chill, and I really don't have to remember all the stories after party. And I just learned I got friends and family back home. But I'm not there yet. And I feel like I still got really cool. If that's how adults, it's like, I don't understand. I feel comfortable when I was in school, but it gets old in school, you forget your imagination as a child and as an adult. So, as an adult, coming up with stuff like that, I did enough classwork that I could figure out how to learn how to do more art on my own, and I think I could paint something really cool one day. But I'm going to be 40, and I feel like, where's my family and friends back home? I don't think it's that hard to get outside in America. And to cool as an American veteran. I did things that I couldn't imagine that Commiso could have done after high school, after a wrestling team. Sometimes I felt like maybe that was it. Maybe that was the only thing I was the wrestling team. So I have feelings. And I felt like Ultimate Warrior on the wrestling team, and everybody forgot about Ultimate Warrior at you in high school on the wrestling team. Because I understood as they were my teachers. So when they said to bring the energy to the wrestling mat, I think I gave all my energy by giving me all. I was blind as a bat on the wrestling. You claim that you want to sit down your veterans and listen to them, but we was in an adventure, and I was an 80 child, kid, that served my country. And I feel like, as the Ultimate Warrior fan, you forgot about Commiso on the wrestling team. As did everybody forget that I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11? Michael Commiso. So I don't, I don't say that I am an expert on anything, but I feel like when I read a book, I understand the book eventually. But I feel like sometimes I was slowed down in school. I feel like maybe the teachers lost the confidence of me doing that classroom, and I know that I have a learning disability, but I understood the classes, and I feel like that's why when my senior year, I took the business class. And I said, I read what was the business class, the CD and done. You could take a half a day to school, like at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and just go to your work. Okay? I did some cool jobs in my lifetime. I detailed cars. I worked at Marazzo's. I think I could have got Employee of the Month at Marazzo's. And I was a bagger, cashier. I did produce. I did they said, hey, do you want to come in and organize the shelves and put the boxes on the shop in the grocery store? And then I painted with my dad in the summer, and I feel like my dad taught me enough as my dad that I feel like I could go further, as I could draw a Batman symbol on the door and paint, and understood what my dad, you have to cover. I feel like as a shy little, hey, I think we make things too complicated to where we were responsible as an human being before the internet. It sucks that people can take information on the internet and use it against you, and then when I say things, it's like, man, all I had to do was say what I had to say, and then I feel okay. But I feel like I say cool things, and that's why I don't feel like I should have a band like back home as an American hero back home. And I feel like I did a lot of cool, responsible jobs as an American, and serving your country is a type of job in America. You know, I volunteered to serve the country, and I did something good in my life. And I just don't understand how it's, you know, just for your parents to teach you how to cross the road, that's the world. So it sucks that anybody can come find out how a way to talk negative about each other as people online nowadays, when we all basically grew up on the same. I feel like television and the internet is really uptight to where, man, how hard is it to help your American heroes, man? You know? I have really good memories in my life. And I can't say that I did anything bad on the internet because I'm a good guy and I feel like I was a good friend to everybody in the school. I may have been an outcast in the classroom and had trouble talking to the ladies in the classroom. Conversation me and in the class. The teachers seemed to like me in every school. So I could maybe being on the honor roll and you all expect me to be this perfect veteran. I didn't teach me enough to be a good perfect veteran, right? And I don't know what the hell that means. You know, I have to have my own space. I'm going to be 40, and I feel like I'm a responsible citizen as to even if you say something bad about your veterans back home or each other as people, the internet's going to be still there. So technically, what did you all benefit of me? If maybe I don't know, as nobody, I feel that it's unfair for the law to keep things from you, and then I'm supposed to know the law as an American, and I'm like, it shouldn't be that hard to collect things, and I feel like I'm responsible enough to use the internet on my own as an American citizen. As I flew all around the world, so yeah, my battle buddies didn't make me feel like I was alone when I was traveling. But I was a responsible soldier that served my country. So I feel like I did a lot of cool things. And I just want to try to make people laugh as to back in the day, it didn't take that much to make people laugh as the old school comedy. As to I feel like you all have to say more in the rap song nowadays just to grab your crotch and prove a point on the streets. And you forget what music is, as rap is like supposed to be, it's in the name hip hop. That's why I like old school hip hop. Because all you got, that felt like people just went to club back in the day to party. And it didn't matter what the in the club at the I feel like I listened to every type of music and I went to every type of club around the world and I still somehow got along. I went to all they play was rap music in this one club in Germany and I hang with my sergeant in Germany. I don't know what's black op means as a veteran or class. I don't know how to, it's all there on the internet. From wet in a German, all it was playing was rap music. And I was like, yeah. And they said, here, Commiso, drink this. And I was like, okay. And I had a good time partying with my battle. And they always like, hey, Commiso, try to talk to that girl at the park or the club. And I'm like, I have to get drunk first. Because when I sit down, even when I'm drunk, I don't have really my bodies all around the world. And I will never lose that memory. I will capture that memory forever, hanging with my battle. And that was I miss traveling as being a veteran. But you make it like, oh, we're veterans now. Because I was a good guy to hang with. I'm not that hard to hang with as a person. So, you know, yeah, you have to, I guess when you go on a school bus, you know where the cool people sit on the cool bus. And sometimes I really never knew if I really was exactly accepted in a cool crowd on the school sometimes. Because you forget what it means to be uh, young in the world. You know? They make it sound like being a teenager is the coolest thing in the world because you have people that are wiser than you and can direct you in the cool world of chilling and then having, and they don't understand how I'm so white as an American Italian man in America. As a I didn't understand. My grandma understood me. I don't know how many people actually understood Michael Commiso on the world on the internet. But, you know, if we all have the opportunity to join Princeton University as an American, how much the information do you really need to get into Princeton University? As you didn't even give me a chance to do anything back. So I feel like if I travel the world, as a speech impediment person, an outcast in the classroom, to where people talk to me in the classroom. But I don't know if I was the cool kid in the classroom. But I don't know if I was a nerd in the classroom. So I'm like lost in the world of, as you all judge each other to enough to be where the cool world is in the world online. To where I'm like, I don't know where I am. Back home is the better. I highly doubt I could do an alley on the skateboard. I feel like if you're a skateboarder, I don't think you can't be 300 pounds to be a skateboarder. Because you have to somehow jump a skateboard 300 pounds in the air. And I don't think as a 40-year-old man, I don't know if I can do that now. Because when I was young, I could jump really high and pull myself on the net, and they hand me the basketball as the white child in school. Because I do believe white man can't jump. But I was proud of myself jumping to the net and pulling myself up, and they gave me the basketball, and I dunked the basketball. And that was enough for me as a teenager in high school. And then I could shoot pretty far. I said, because I was an athlete. You know? Somehow my parents taught me to join sports, or somebody in the mind Carson taught me to join the wrestling team in Fisher School around me. So I'm an athlete. At one point, I felt like I could do every sport in gym. Right? I felt like, oh hey, I could play basketball in gym. At one point, I was really good rolling around with the roller things. The only problem is, you roll over your hands. I always somehow rolled over my hands. I was like, oh damn it. But I got the thing moving. I get the ball from everywhere. That's the only thing. I'm so retro. We had cooler things to do in gym as a student. Even though we ran over our hands, it was still cool to roll around whatever heck that was. Roll and capture the ball, and I guess you throw the ball or something. I think that's what it was. You have to throw it to your teammate, and I always ran over my hands. So actually, how long can I actually stay on this thing without rolling on my hands and get this ball to the other teammate? So I feel like I aced gym. If I ever get a chance to go to college, I feel like I will do okay acing gym where I'm out of shape though. I highly doubt that I can jump that high and dunk a basketball at a 40-year-old man. So, one thing I learned, and that PT means physical training in the military. So, basically, got, you know, at times I kind of like getting up in the morning, going PT in the morning. You know, we did some cool things as long as we, you know, he had to switch it up a little bit. So sometimes I felt if you keep running down the same path in the military, you get, obviously, the soldiers get mad all the time. And I feel like I did really good. And I guess PT is the gym in the military. I did really good. And I really got good scores in my PT physical training. But now I'm like old now. I feel like I got far in life. And I think it sucks people can sit there and only point out the negative of, man, human beings built the 16th chapel in the world on this planet. And that's the coolest thing in the world. People that came from caveman, you know, before you had Michelangelo and Leonardo generation. And what did you learn being a caveman? Whatever they taught you in that cave. But we know that a human being on planet Earth by now. And I feel like you prevent each other to stay in this cave on the internet. In my life, you think I want to sit in this room and try to figure out what everybody's thinking on the internet 24 hours? No. I thought it would be, holy crap, the kiss is how to take me to see the kiss because they're old. Every time I feel like, man, I should have met that celebrity where you make me uptight on purpose at a party on a veteran. Where, man, if you all could be stolen and have a good time, we're responsible to take them underneath their wings as my first duty station. I really did nothing. I really did. But I picked up things off of my battle buddies. So my sergeant taught me how to drink beer off a base in Germany. And I didn't have to even go that far to have a good time. That's with my bad boys at my first duty station. But I feel like I took my battle buddies further, and because I wanted to explore more. And luckily, I am back home in America, where, man, I felt like I don't even know how do I remember how to get off a plane just to get back home in America as Commiso. At the cafeteria, and I'm just like, don't know what everybody's talking about in the cafeteria. To travel all around the world, and I had a really good time. And I went over, I feel like I traveled to like 13 countries, and I want to get my passport and update my passport. I feel like I'm a responsible person to travel all around the world. I know what it takes to have a good time at the party, and it feels like as long as you got good weed and good beers and a good meal and be travels as a human being on planet Earth, and we'd be like Star Trek. And we all chilling on planet Earth because we all know we all saw them show Star Trek. I think we did enough as till we all saw Star Trek at least in the world. And that's enough for everybody to get along with each other on planet Earth, as we all have to get out of high school to go to college, for college to teach us we're human beings in college. And they taught that in high school. I feel like I didn't even have enough education to travel, but I traveled anyway. And I somehow got back here in America as a veteran. And don't tell me how it helped. If that's the Guinness World Record, I went to the Guinness World Record Museum. If you ever really understand math, like I guess apparently, I don't know, I felt good that I understood math enough. Once you get to shapes in math, I think that's enough. You know, I don't know if there's more after shapes in math. Probably. I don't know. But I whatever that, I could say there's bullshit on the internet as a human being, right? Dude, man, I miss having fun. I miss being a kid. So that was a good, I think, you know, there's cool names. American has cool company names, as the McDonald's. And you want people to see them, like, but how can people even go out of the way to talk negative about each other as people in the first place? I guess the hater way, I'm not a hater way. I'm just like a retro man living in a techno world, or a technology world. I think it sucks that people can accept each other as we all can accept using the internet. And I learned the word consent. Consent, if everybody has to consent, it's okay with it. So, I feel like you didn't even give me a chance to make art back home. Where, when I was in the military, it's called cross training. So, yeah, I don't know how people view veterans back home, but it feels like I'm a veteran back in high school, and you all come up for a reason to hate on me back home, and I'm like, I feel like I'm back on a wrestling team, and a bunch of haters, and I have to listen. I'm a 90s, I'm born in the 80s, but I guess I'm basically a 90s kid. That I made it to the 2000 as a teenager, and I really just want us to be human beings on the internet again. You know, as a 90s kid, that I understood my television shows. You know, I feel like I grew up with cool television. You know, just because somebody dressed the way I feel like I always tried to dress the way I dressed when I was in school. And somehow, I don't feel like I was always part of the cool crowd at the cafeteria. And I was just trying to eat some food at the cafeteria. You know, I was still a teenager like everybody else in school. And I was trying to graduate from high school just to get the hell out of there. I don't feel like I no disrespect to my teachers in high school. I don't, because I feel like I had really cool teachers in high school. I had Commiso. He was a Shima teacher, and he had a son. I feel like I was the old. You ever saw Benjamin Buttons, a movie guy with Brad Pitt? That movie. I'm like the old guy in every story. Even when I was the responsible freshman in the freshman year on my UN high school wrestling career, I think I had a long wrestling career as a young chap in America. And I guess over time I understood the moves. As long as I pinned this guy really fast, I could go drink a Gatorade and have a whole. I am not trying all the internet and everything. And I remember memories. And I'm like Brad Pitt in that movie. And I'm back again. And I'm like a responsible guy at the bar. And I just wanted to party. And even being at a damn party in the world, you put pressure. Even when you're supposed to be happy at the party, that's why it's called party. You know, I'm smart enough to use a dictionary if I ever get a chance to go. If I be fast enough to answer your question, because everybody beat me up back home as a veteran too. And all I was trying to do is say hi to everybody back home, and you all beat me up and try to screw me over. And I'm like, I would never do that as your friend at the party. So I am a love guru at the party at the age of 40, and I understand rap. That I feel like my rap is not coming out. Like I can really say something cool, and you all somehow figure out, hey, what? It's cool just to listen to rap music at the club and come out with a girlfriend. And everybody gets along at the club in the world. I feel like we can accomplish that as a human being on planet Earth. So far, as I think you all cock-blocked me long enough. Holy crap. I still feel like I'm 19 years old, and I have to remember. And I'm in the future, and I'm Marty McFly, and I am back in time, and I'm in the future, and I still no matter what time that Marty McFly travels to, he's gonna be still like, and that's like traveling. Like, you understand you all want to have a good time at the club. I figured that's where the laughter comes from when I was at the club as Commiso. And I feel like that I did a lot of cool things at the club. And people wanted to hang with me. And I served my country with my bad money. And that's a cool thing to say at the bar. But I can't even say that. How do you know that I'm going to say something bad? You want me to get scared on purpose and get mad at me as the law. So how can you all figure out how to have a good time at the party? And you know how not to get in trouble at the party and have a good time. I feel like I'm back in high school and everybody is trying to get me, you know, my junior year, I felt the pressure as I felt like I was wrestling the biggest guy on every goddamn, I was a little Italian man. And so, but I feel like I have Benjamin Button, like the Brad Pitt movie, that I'm shrinking. My grandpa said, we shrink as Italians. And I may be Irish too, but I feel like, man, I'm going to shrink too, because Grandpa told me to. So, I travel all around the world to talk to my grandpa, and I can remember good things about my grandpa. And that's what I try to do with my YouTube video, where you're all talking hood, you know, I claim that you're all from the hood, but really, think about it. Nobody knows what anybody's talking about in the hood nowadays. So really, I don't think anybody, I feel like we all collected Pokemon cards in the 90s all around the world, even being in the hood. You know, you got Pokemon in the hood in the 21st century. And you can have fun as children in the hood and collect. So now, holy crap, I didn't really know it was that serious to get every fucking shiny damn Pokemon card, you know, and you're not, you switched everything around. And I'm like, I feel like, you didn't even allow me to talk better back home. That's where I am. And I miss conversation, talking to Grandpa and Grandma, and even Priscilla says things. But my landlord said cool things too in mine, and I'm like, I don't want to lose that adventure of like, yeah, you make friends. I learned the movie in Brad Pitt, Benjamin Short, something. Yeah. You lose friends in history and you gain friends in time. So, I'm supposed to be friends with back home in America. Because I'm going to be 40. And I think, you know, if you all somehow train each other as a human being to party with each other on this planet, I think you misunderstand me on purpose, because I wasn't supposed to be the cool kid. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell did I travel around the world and I somehow survived a war. And that's not cool enough to party with back home. Right? Yeah, yeah. So, I feel like, you, yeah, I think it sucks that people know more information. To bully somebody is you know more information than that person as a student in the classroom, and you use all that information to bully that one person. But as a shy kid in school, how do you know I have some cool things to say at the party? You know, you all want to get stoned and have your little beers. And you want to be that cool kid at the party. And I'm back home. And I'm like, holy, I used to, you know, just going to the store is an adventure for me. It feels cool to go down the aisles and discover where you can find a paintbrush in America. And I can teach you how to find a paintbrush in America. But I feel like, you know, I didn't learn enough to be an expert as an artist. And I can do expert art. I was drawing before they even taught me how to draw. And I understood the technique of shading and art drawing. And I can hit the key shadow somehow. Not everybody draws the same. I think Michelangelo was around. He wanted everybody to find their own art. I think that's one thing they teach you being in college. Is now, even though you can draw really good in high school, they're going to pick on you even more in college. And they make me nervous. I feel like the teachers make me nervous because they, as the teachers, you know, so I felt comfortable when I was at Fisher School. I recognized a lot of people from high school my freshman year. So as a Commiso in high school, I felt like I somehow met every group in high school in my freshman year. And we all got along my freshman year. So as Commiso being in high school. So when I was traveling around the world, yeah, I don't know. My battle buddies kept my battle buddies going at the party, you know. And then I'm the kind of guy where I feel like a fight is out. It's like the beast at the club. And I did that all around the world. Because you all wanted to see a tourist drunk. I think it's cool for, as I feel like we are neighbors by now as countries. And we can get along and teach each other how to party in each other's clothes all around the world. But I'm gray on my face. And I'm like, oh, I don't even think I technique the word get it on. So, I don't have no game at the party. And sometimes I feel like as the goofy guy at the party. You're trying to take Now as a veteran, where you all like go to the cool New Jersey parties, you're like, hey, give me a chance. Back. You know? You ever saw the show Malcolm in the Middle? And you like try to get used to the new show and the next generation. And I feel like every generation is going to say, I miss the old days where it was safe just to watch a movie as to in the 80s. It's a free American television. I think as an American citizen, I try to vote. You know, I don't, I just asked to the top back home as an American hero. And, you know, I feel like I got some closeness to the government for them, the VA to help. And that's a good start. Benefits away from me. And then you like try to throw this real world life on you. Just because you claim the real life or the real world, I always grew up with the show The Real World on the MTV channel. And doesn't mean you stop being friends with each other because you're all facing the real world. You know? So I feel like there's a miscommunication on it's my responsibility to figure out on who everybody's on my computer, and I'm like, I just want to be like Indiana Jones. So I actually do put in the effort on trying to collect things. And, you know, you're trying to teach your veterans to chill with your veterans back home. Is I'm going to be 80, and then I still don't understand how to party with anybody when I'm 80. Then I'm going to try to figure out how. You know, I like having a clean record. Just because you go out of the way and talk bad about me as a veteran doesn't mean it gives you the right to use that benefit to try and screw me over. So, I'm not a hater. You know, you all want to sit there and see, like, I don't know, I still feel like I can do cool things if you allow me to as a veteran. And I'm not a bad guy. And I don't have, I felt like I understand. Is that all teachers want is for students to just to understand the class? Then I miss hanging with my battle. You know, instead of trying to screw your veterans, as you all sit there and do, I could go to colleges and travel with the classes because I'm like, hey, I don't know exactly the close code or what to dress around in our world either. But somehow I can go, I can teach the other students how to get a classroom. And we all can go to the border in a different country in the classroom. A lot for my battle buddies in the world. You know, when you're in the military, you don't even realize you're being trained in the military. And they trained me to travel all around the world. And if the military can somehow explain how to travel all around the world to Commiso in the world, I don't think, well, I think we can have a good time. You know, everybody can lose it and have a nervous breakdown in the world. And I was saying that I kept my cool over the years pretty damn well. Sir, hey, I'm just trying to bring back my memories at Christmas as a 90s child in the 80s. You know, we was all happy and train. You know, if there was a hood and train, we didn't know in the 90s and the 80s because we was chilling, collecting Pokemons, cards in the 90s and train. So now, hey, I think we're gonna have one of them cultural change too. Really? I don't understand. I'm American. Boy, I grew up to be an American man. And I can figure out how to dress up and go to the club by now in America. Maybe you can give me some pointers. You know? I felt like a battle buddy. I understand my battle buddies. You know? I feel like you have to understand your battle buddies a little bit to have fun with them around the world. And I understand. I made formation. And I was in formation with my battle buddies serving my country in America. And I don't know how I did that. And you can't say stuff like that to say, hey, I think I had enough pressure. Hey, all the pressure you put me on the wrestling team as my teen age years in high school. Imagine the pressure at your battle buddy. And I was calm. And you couldn't understand how the Commiso get into this club. I didn't understand either. So I'm doing my best in America, in American land. And you know what? I don't care. I know I'm a white boy, and I'm the white man. But I'm an American man. And I was born in the 80s, and we're living in color. You know? And it shouldn't matter if I'm the white boy at the party. You know? To figure out how to have white people in the world. I don't understand white people either, but we gotta figure it out so we all have a good time at the party. So, you know, I feel like, holy crap. All these years, you're still determined that I am not cool enough to party with, and I feel like I need a passport and take a break from the pressure as an American hero back home and travel with some people that understand what I'm going through. But you all have a nervous breakdown. And I don't think you really got that party with Commiso back home. You got the overtight veteran, and I'm like, everybody's getting laid at the party. American Pie movies, you have to get laid at the party. And I'm going to be 40. authority. But I have trouble, I get panic attacks. They're trying to teach me, oh, I went through all that, and I'm supposed to come out at the cookout. You know, I'm trying to understand everybody at the cookout, but you really didn't really invite me to a cookout back home. There were some attempts, but not. I'm like, you ever, you know, try to be like, well, I want everybody to have a good time at the party, and I'm too old to party with because I'm Brad Pitt and there's some Benjamin Short movie back home as a fan. And it feels like the older you get, the more chances you lose to find a lady at the party. Because I saw some episode of Sex and the City on HBO. And it seems like you all want to be responsible ladies that has responsible relationship in the Sex and the City show. So I don't know. I apologize. Really, I never had a long relationship. I had no education, and somehow I really care. As long as one girl talks to me at the party, I'll be good the rest of the night. But you put each other through this some kind. We all know how to play pool at the pool hall. And we all get over each other. And just, you always have to play pool at the pool hall all the time. And they taught me how to play. So, I was good at playing darts in the military too. There was at the pool hall, a German guy said, "Oh, you're pretty good at the darts." And I said, "This is the first time that I had fun drinking all around. I was drunk at every party. I feel like the drunker I get, the better I can throw the dart at the dart." So, you know, you see these movies, they try to get you drunk even more so you won't throw the dart right. I was the guy at the beer fest, or whatever. You overdrink me all around the world and I get those darts better. And they say, "You want to join the German team?" I said, "No, I just want to play darts at the bar, have a good time." I said that to I never met a German guy before in Germany. And I said, "I just want to have a good time at the pool hall." And it was, that was cool to say. So, I don't know exactly how every battle buddy that hang with me exactly every time a motion happened, hanging with me and everything. But, hey, I miss traveling the world. You threw all this pressure on me. And I'm like trying to keep my benefit. Because you taught me it's cool to have your benefits as a veteran. And I'm like, okay. And I run up in Florida. And I'm like trying to bring back with my battle buddies. So I can see that our technology is going to advance us as people no matter what. And our vision on seeing things will be different in the future too. Hey, 4K, people want to watch something simple on TV and not have a nervous breakdown on everything. So I feel like, why do I have to see every negative on the internet? To where you all, as a human being, can direct each other. How hard is it for the law to send us good sites and not get in trouble as an American law, as a free American man? How hard is it? So that, I feel you put me through all this pressure back home on purpose, because I feel you want to see how much pressure I can take as a veteran back home. And I'm like, trying to figure out how to party in America. You know, if there's some house rules you all taught each other before you went to the park, nobody taught me about any house rules. And how you expect me to have fun? So, I don't want to be the tough guy in the world anymore. I feel like I stood up to a lot of people in the world as a veteran, to where I just want to have a party and have a good time at the park around the world again. And I think that's what we need. Why is it so wrong if everybody knows where to get the good weed on the streets, for everybody to have a good weed on the street at the party? And you all can feel the vibes, understand what's going on at the park. But they realize, maybe, do you really have to understand everything at the party? I don't think so. Because nobody will party with each other in the world if we put that much pressure on partying with each other. And right now, it's like we have to party with the internet, and apparently I'm the only one that has to tangle with the responsibility of the pressure being on the internet. And I don't want it. I want to be that cool guy, you know, at the club around the world, and nobody knows anything the first time of partying with me around the world, and they giggle with Commiso. We got to giggle with it. We lost our giggles as a human species on planet Earth. Yes, we are all knowing that we're people on the internet. And you hurt my feelings. If I were responsible enough to travel all around the world and somehow come back alive as a veteran, I feel like I could be a responsible party person back home. Maybe you really need to teach me how to be stoned in America. And how are you supposed to maybe relax at the park where you all chill? And you gotta be all chilling at the party. You know, left out person. Back in the day, I feel like people can teach each other how to boogie woogie and dance with each other at the club. And so everybody knows the dance on the dance club. So now, you know, like, why is that? When I was like a tourist as Americans around the world, I didn't ever know how as an American. And I found my way around the world and served my country. You know, you know, everybody at times, I feel like you lost the meaning of step by step. You know, the meaning of Boy Meets World. You know, I don't know exactly what place I was as a student. As to, I don't even know if I was going up to talk to some of the teachers in high school. And, you know, you never had to be that cool as John at the party in America. Even kids in America can party with Americans, people in America. And that's all I'm trying to figure out how to do as a veteran. But I still try to figure out, man, it's cool to look back to all the cool pictures I took all around the world at the time of the internet world. And I am like, I did a lot of cool things in my life. And I think it sucks that people actually to have the responsibility to have an education and learn to get along as people in the world. Or shouldn't it just be there? So I miss seeing cool things for the first time with my battle buddies. On top of, I don't even know what was going on serving my country as a veteran. And I'm just trying to collect Pokemon cards on YouTube. And I think it sucks that I don't know. I found cool things at the high school was going to happen to Commiso. But I can't even chill back in my chair. That's how much pressure you put on me when every time I use the internet. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, I'm bored back home as a veteran. You know, it sucks that you sit there and you all act like it's so hard to send each other to the cool parties as to directing each other to cool advertisement that's updated advertisement sites. And then that will screw your life over as you're competing. We can figure out how to do that by now. So, I feel like, I missed out on chilling with my grandpa. And then I missed out partying with grandma. So if y'all keep going in the same, like, if somehow you all are chill, I'm just trying to find an adventure at the park. I feel like there's a reason why I took this class. Or basically, high school gave me all the class. I didn't really pick the class. I picked maybe the business class. But I just took whatever classes they gave me. And that's how I was in the military. But the cool thing about basic training is you have your battle buddies that direct you to tell you where to get get the right size of the boots to wear for training and basic training. And I just kept as they taught me to get your head down and basic, I feel like, I don't know. Then I kept my head down traveling the world. Ask Commiso on the internet. I wanted to see the world as a veteran. No, I understood. I wanted to see, there's castles in Europe. And I was like, behind, as an irresponsible teenager that had a responsible curfew as to matches in high school. I still got paid. I could have got a scholarship at Young High School. But I couldn't handle the senior year wrestling team. Everybody I got to know on the wrestling team somehow went on to college and to better things in the world at the high school. So the time I got to my senior year, and I told the whole school, I told everybody I was going to join the military after high school. So in the back of my mind, I thought maybe my senior year, I could have partied with the cool kids. My senior year in high school. But I was the responsible senior too, somehow. I feel anywhere that I was directed in the where can I go now? As an American hero. And that was very difficult to say for Commiso. And I'm like, I don't think I was an uptight man, soldier and basic training. But I somehow got a party with the other soldiers around the world and everything. And I think that's a cool thing to say on YouTube. You all can point out why not to be life as people as the internet. But I was a gentle soul that traveled around the world. And, when I was on the wrestling team, I tried not to hurt the other wrestling. I think I was a gentle wrestler in my high school. And I gently pinned you on I feel like I was like the Mr. Nice Guy on the wrestling team. And I was so nicely wrestling everybody around on the wrestling team. And at that point, I was having fun on the wrestling team. I got other wrestlers to wrestle with me on the high school. And I'm like, cool. And then you all disappear your senior year in high school. I go to college. And every year, we lose another wrestler on the wrestling team. And that time I got to my senior year, I couldn't handle the pressure being a senior high school in America. I feel you all had to break me on the wrestling mat somehow. You say things, you don't have to or not to be cool to understand when somebody's being picked on in school or bullied. We lost that as too. Man, we all grew up with Michael Jackson music and so forth. We all want to go back in time like Marty McFly. And I know the understanding flux capacitor. I have a speech impediment. I feel sometimes the words in my mind move faster than what I can say. Maybe I talk too slow or not fast enough, but maybe we move too fast on planet Earth. How fast or how long does it take to understand each other, to party and have a good time in the clubs, right? So I felt like I had to make a goofy joke at the club, or I was just, it only felt good for the lady to dance with me at the party for just a little while, as I'm Fred Tate in a movie. Everybody laughs at the kid that falls out of the chair, but you all fall out of the chair yourselves. You all act like you're here for, we all listen to like, Instinct and, Kid and Play. You all want to front. And I really have no skills on what the heck it doesn't mean, street talk. Everybody's talking street talk. We all go around the world and collect the Pokemon cards. So really, where we all should be in the world and history and future, chilling and leaning back on in an American chair in America. Because you're a human being and you're people on the internet, and you figure out how to be safe as people on the internet. And you gotta take that in. Did you know Knight Rider? You ever watch Boy Meets World? One of my favorite 90s, I can't believe it. I was born in an era where I got to see Alf as a child in America in the 80s. I was born with Alf on television. And we was so simple and understand Alf in the 80s all around the world on the internet. So now, do I have to watch everything on the internet? It sucks. I want to be my own individual, and I'm Randy Big Fly back in time. Remember that show, Reading with Rainbow? You can chill with the show on American. Sometimes you really didn't understand every book in Reading the Rainbow, but it didn't matter because you like that song. I think it was a catchy song. When you have a catchy song as Reading a Rainbow song, you can have a good time on that show. And, The Big Yellow Bus, remember that book, The Big Yellow Bus? It was a magical school bus as a child. And, how come the teachers don't treat every class like the Big Yellow Bus as a child, as a book? you can have a magical bus for every child in every school. And every child can figure out how to get an education because they went on the big yellow bus. And in the world, there's a magic school bus. That's how I felt. I lost that feeling in high school. I understood woodshop. I said I could build something cool at woodshop if you let me. But the pressure of even trying to build something at woodshop in high school, I felt like I met the corners and glued the wood together pretty neatly. And I wanted to see what else I could do at the woodshop as a teenager. And I never got the chance to have that college of what the hell you're supposed to learn in America, the chill in America. And I'm a veteran. So I miss how you all act like, well, at one point, you all could have figured out how to chill on the internet as people, as you all chilled on the internet before. But now you somehow can't figure it out. So I decided not to figure out, maybe that was my difficulty in classroom, trying to figure out what the teacher wanted from me. Because I got to know my teacher, so I understood what they wanted from me. I understood, just read the damn book at home, and they would leave me alone. And so when I got A's and B's in high school on the wrestling team, that's hard to do. For any student that takes a sport in a school, it's more difficult to try to focus in the classroom. So I did a sport, and somehow the teachers passed me through Yale High School. And while I was a young chap traveling the world, as the school trying to explain as the real world, it's going to be hard to interact with adults at a business office job. And you're lost somehow in the movie. Watch all the episodes of Office. But it seems there's a lot of pressure at the office, no matter what office you work at. So the whole point of the movie, they had to figure out how to take that pressure off at the office. And I was that battle buddy. I took the pressure off of, holy crap, we're at war. And Commiso is somehow there too, on the internet. And that's how I felt, as partying with my battle buddy. Then I missed the part of how somehow I was smart enough to have fun and just be tipsy at the party till I understand what drunk means. I just want to be tipsy at the party and be stoned like it's 60 back home in the middle. That's all. Because I'm getting old. And so far, everybody taught me in every class, you get old. And that's like, I don't want to. Just because you all grew up at the office and decided to can't figure out how to get along and just get a paycheck at the office and chill on the weekends with each other at the office. You know, maybe you do have some certain way of organizing the office, but I have a way of organizing organize your mind off it. And somehow there's a conflict of opposites. Maybe you're too educated to know you're too business at the office, and you all have to go back and watch the movie Big with Tom Hanks and understand, if kids can have fun with a toy, you can somehow, as an adult, invent a toy for a kid. Because you watched the movie Big as a child in life. And I'm trying to. So I don't know, as your veteran, what everybody wants from me. As to, sometimes I gotta unrewind as a veteran. But so far, you uptight me. They teach you when you wind up a medical coil at woodshop. The reason why I got an A on my project, I understood the energy you need to make a rat vehicle to move. So sometimes you might have too much power as on a rat trap compared to a mouse trap. So you have to build something that's strong enough to give you that power of the rat trap. I understand that as it trying to teach me to be a mechanic in the military. So the energy will go and push your rack or the car that you made. So you got people, I don't even know how the hell they got it. I was in woodshop and I'm in the wrestling team. I know what the heck the teacher wants me to do, but I can't really perform as they want me to because I was on the wrestling team. And I was faced with pimples and feels like everybody wanted to beat me up on the wrestling team. As a teenager in America. So, that's the conflict. We know it takes a lot of energy to start a conflict. And you have to try to explain the mechanics to relativity. I can't see conflict. Because scientists understand something, but they're trying to explain it and make it another theory. Because scientists, it's an idea that wasn't really an idea, and everybody has to accept that idea. Like they're back in the 1400s and knew Galileo, and the kings and queens got to accept Galileo's idea and the theory of, hey, shit, seems like gravity, everything falls down with gravity. That's what I learned from gravity. I was trying to be the cool kid on the block, and I was trying to be hip and dressed like LL Cool J and you in high school. And I felt like some people didn't like that. And I was like, well, made him cool. And I'm like, you know what? Our style in this planet Earth, why is it so uptight in the world? Yeah, eventually, I guess that's what I learned from the show Sex and the City, the show. Can you tell my hometown law and my hometown and everybody, fam, I'm responsible enough to watch the show Sex and the City? It's in the name. But understand, ladies want more than just Sex and the City. And I'm like, that's the name of the show, lady. And then you get upset because I really don't think I ever got a chance to understand ladies in the world. And I feel like I'm an adult. I think by now, I'm an adult by now. And really, I feel like some people try to teach me the ways of try to talk to the lady at the club. And they give me tips on how to dress and stop to pick up the ladies at the club. But that's not where we go. So, I like my favorite, you know, it's easy for people to misunderstand each other, but it's so hard to become friends, understand friendship. But if I had to go to college, and the one thing I had to teach the professor is to look up the word friendship. I mean, you got any classes so I can travel as a veteran? I already know the word friendship in college. And I was like, can I get a passport at Princeton University and travel with the students? As I feel like you threw all this responsibility on me as a veteran. I told him, you know, I really don't want to get beat up by every wrestler on the wrestling mat on WWE or ever. Because I know they probably can beat my head. Because I'm going to be 40 and out of shape. And I felt like that's what they was trying to do when I was on the wrestling team. Every time you all beat me up even more, I was upset on the wrestling, man. And I wanted to eat a hoagie or drink a Gatorade or get off the mat so I could relax for the next match. I felt like I was wrestling every goddamn match in high school. Sometime I got my senior year, I said, we got good wrestlers, but they took all the good wrestlers away my senior year. And I'm like, oh man, what are they going to do to me on my senior year as a wrestler? They tore a ligament in my knee. I was wrestling a tournament in Trenton High School, and they tore a ligament in my knee. Well, that's what the doctor told me. That hurt. You know, as a human being, everybody feels pain eventually. And tearing a ligament in the knee. So, I feel like somehow you like teamed up in every school to try to make me look like a punk on the wrestling team. And I hurt me, my feeling. You know, I didn't realize my freshman year or my sophomore year, if you get a varsity letter, you can get a scholarship to go to college. I didn't know that. I went in the military. You know? And I miss like new party with my band one. Because I did it. That was me. I did it. That's Commiso. I partied in clothes. And I was the guy on the wrestling team that had glasses. And I wasn't the cool kid on the wrestling team. And I don't know. When you grow up as an adult, I still feel like people still try to be involved in the cool adult world. But what's that mean? Just because you become an adult, you all forget what it means? what it means to have an imagination as going to a classroom for the first time in a school, and you're trying to take your imagination further than the imagination you talk about on the internet going to school. You know, I felt like an adventure at one point on the wrestling team. I felt like we're getting all the cool wrestlers. You know, you want to get that perfect tag team on the wrestling mat. I felt like we're getting all the good tag team partners at one point on the wrestling team. You know, like, even though I may have been like the goofy guy with the glasses, I was somehow accepted on the wrestling team. And you all somehow came together on the wrestling team, and I was the goof guy, all that don't know how to talk to the girls on the, I guess, my hormones. What? You lost your hormones? Maybe I still got hormones at a 40-year-old man. Because I've been cockblocked like a 40-year-old virgin my whole life. Yeah. Man, I'm like, oh, I just like, I don't understand. Because we understood the conflict of, hey, of getting along. That's not hard to, you know, I feel like I will have, as I had trouble in English in high school, I think that'd be my tough line English and in college. But I understand the word and the definition of the word. I just don't know how to explain to the professor or write it down of what they want from me. So we all can act like we all go into like Revenge of the Nerd colleges back in the 80s, and you all would like boobies somehow in America, and you have to watch boobies in every goddamn movie because that was part of her goddamn American dream as an American man, to see more boobies in American movies. And that's something natural. That's more natural in the world. They try to come up for a reason to hate on each other. So, I don't know. I will try to explain to the professor, hey man, I just want to explore the world. I understand people enough to, there's people on this planet as a person, but I don't understand people to why anybody has any hate or conflict of, I bet, the simplest subject in class. You know? That's why you have debates and vote. You go and talk about it. How do you ever have one of them classes that you try to block from you going to as a teenager? I said, I can't believe I'm sitting in here and I'm watching this movie, and I know how to get along with every student, but somehow they're still teaching me how to get along in the classroom. And I was like, I wish they'd hurry up with this same, and you get this movie where you're supposed to act this way at a party, but you act this way anyways. Well, people forgot how to talk it out. You accept every information as a human being, as the internet, as to, we all grew up, and it seems like everybody can have a good time in the 80s, and you know how to stand up for each other as people. And you all prevent each other not to have a fight at the point, because you want to dance with the lady. I just want to dance with the ladies at the party and get drunk and try to think. I want to feel like I'm spinning around on planet Earth and stoned in the 60s and feel that spin because I smoked enough weed to feel the spin on planet Earth because I smoked enough weed at the point and have a good time and understand, wow, we're spinning pretty fast on this planet. We created life as life on planet Earth, and we're spinning in seconds, and we know it takes seconds for how fast a car can get up nowadays. So we don't take the time to talk it out. We know how fast the internet works. We know how fast this planet spins. We have the knowledge to be a human being on this planet, but somehow fuck it up. And we learn sometimes you fuck it up in the 80s in the movie. But learn how to accept each other in the 80s as people. That's where I'm at, and I feel like I should be further too. I think I can try to have a conversation with a college professor, and just, I think I understand Boy Meets World. And it's cool to say that the Knight Rider, you know, when the Knight Rider, the car speaks to the Knight Rider, his name was Michael too. If you think about it, anybody that's named Michael in history, Michael is a cool name in history. Every Michael in history has something, at least one cool thing to say as Michael in history. So, the principal in Boy Meets World was the voice of the Knight Rider with the Knight Rider car. So, I'm used to watching. I didn't get a chance to watch every episode. Generation. I'm an outside generation trying to figure out the internet still. So I apologize to the internet world if you didn't accept me in some type of how cool do you really need to party? And you should understand the movie Grown Ups. They seem like grown-ups can have a good time at a party. That's grown-ups, you know? It's hard to say. In the 21st century. And I don't know who the hell I am. I'm just Commiso. I somehow, you know, I don't know what it takes to be a smart person or to be a professor. Or I don't know what it means to be genius or whatever everybody's searching for as a human race on this planet. But I think I got it. And I'm trying to entertain yourself in a world where you hey, that goofball student in the 80s movie trying to figure out how to talk to the ladies. And I really don't care. That's what made me fun to party with. I really did. After trying to find a date at the party and talk to the ladies, yeah, it felt good to talk to the ladies, but it also felt good. Whatever follow them. I followed my battle buddies all around the world. So yeah, I may not found the lady at the party in your perfect 80s movie or whatever. But I think it sucks that you actually sat there and took the time and trying to find ways not to make your veterans sound cool as hell back home. You know? How, if maybe not a lot of battle buddies had the skills to be trained to party all around the world in high school. And I did it anyway. Feels like it. As long as you can drink whatever's at the bar with your battle buddies, you can walk down the streets around the world with your battle buddies and see how cool it is for the first time back in time, like Marty McFly. So you may have your technology ways of conversations online, but I really still no. I want to be a hero, but I don't know how to. As a veteran back home, because just the stories alone with my battle buddies, as I feel like all my battle buddies lost off their external hard drives, because you try to save every capture of how cool it was to serve your country at the time in America as an American youth. And I tried my best to save the pictures. So, even though I feel you don't need me at the party to get laid as Commiso, I'm the goofy guy, but I'm the love guru guy. And somehow, I'm that goofy, and you all found love in me. And you forgot about me. I don't want to be pushed on the relationship. I was an uptight student in high school that had trouble talking to women. I really don't know what cool to talk about at the party. I'm coming it up as I go on YouTube. And I don't even know what that means. So, I think it's time for me to show you. I collect these things. They're like made out of gold. So I don't know exactly how these things are made, but they say to have a comfortable life in the future, make sure you collect gold. So that's good. And then you would think, how would they make this? Would they cover the bill with gold and the bill shows up onto the gold? And so this is like a bill that's covered with gold. I don't know if that's how they make them, but it's made out of gold. So, you know, I think as an American citizen, at one point, we as Americans had bigger bills than, we had like bigger bills than 1,000. I don't know how big bills were. I really don't have enough education to say, oh, I know that we had bigger money, bigger, like 1,000 bills. I think it only goes up to 100. You only get a 50, you only get 100, and a dollar, a 10, or 5, or whatever below 100. But at one point, America was making like 1,000 still. I know that much. So, hey, I try to collect things, and I, I am an adventurous veteran, and I'm bored with the internet. On fact says, you really don't allow me to see anything to get overreact. It seems like I'm being scammed as to no matter what site that I use, you still all send me to the same direction as the internet. So, as I really want to just party like a rock star, I don't know if I can party like a rock star anymore. Year-old man is not even going to be a 19-year-old teenager. And being down with the crowd, oh, I'm bad. But I don't know if we can do that. Yeah. So, I feel like the reason why people go to college is to, hey, we can somehow get along in college somehow after high school. We can get along around the world. Right? You all somehow have to get a good grade in college and be successful as a person. You have to get along in college. I think that was the meaning of life in the other school. You know, in the end, we all have to get along with each other no matter what, because we all want to have a good time at the bar. That's people. But I don't want to be some type of fake person at the party. Maybe that's the stress I give as Commiso at the party. I don't want to be fake at the party. You know, I don't want to be copyrighting people. I want to be my own little YouTube making video man. And it's complicated too. Why do I have to say complicated? If we all chilling in the world, we have that, and we can chill in the world. That's how simple it was. That's how simple. Everybody could understand my complex of being a veteran, of being a soldier, or a complex of being a student, or I don't know. I really can't explain that word, but I understand the word. Two, how hard is it to be good friends to each other in the world? So sometimes as a 40, I'm going to be 40 in April, and I shouldn't have a panic attack using the free American internet. As you have to somehow pay for everything somehow. As an American. And I'm trying to hold on tightly onto my VA benefit. And I'm trying to survive as a veteran. Where you all teach each other how to be a tourist. And don't go down that road because it's bad. To where I was like drunk and went down that road and had a good time. So, holy crap. If you know how to protect animals on the road, and everybody can be safe by that type of animal, because we had enough educated to understand the safety of being around the animal, or even exist on the same planet as the animal, and put them in the zoo, and they take care of all the animals at the zoo. As a child, you try to figure out, why can't they take care of all the animals in the zoo in every country? That's what I was thinking when I went on the field trip in Philadelphia. I was a child, and they took me on a field trip, to Philadelphia Zoo, and their first thing, it seems like they're doing pretty good as the animals at the zoo. And that's like, wow, how come people can't figure that out? And I'm like, I want to be a free American man that's responsible enough to use my customer service internet. Damn, how hard is it for you guys to Joe on the internet back home? So I just try to be that student in the class. And I'm like, I want to learn more than the classroom. So I feel like maybe Tom Hanks or Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, they travel the world through the movie land. And they can teach me how to travel and have an adventure. Because Tom Hanks had an adventure in the movie. And that's how simple it is to travel the world. So, how the hell you all came out to be you have to have some image to party with. You have to have something to bring at the party. And it's just me, man. Well, that's all. I have so much Breakfast Club teenager issues back home as a veteran. I didn't even get a chance to read my diary as a veteran. So, I apologize, I don't have all the right things to say at the party. As to, man, I'm just I'm a 90s kid, and we're supposed to find love at the party in the 90s television show. You got Married with Children. Even Married with Children found love in Married with Children somehow in the 90s. And you got Step by Step. You got Family Matters, Boy Meets World, you know, even Bill Cosby at one point. We all taught each other that we all want to grow up to be like Bill Cosby and have fun and have a family of our own. So now you have, no, I feel like you're all text talking to each other at the party. And I learned to understand each other as ladies on the Sex and the City show. You can't be always texting each other on the cell phone. You gotta sit there as ladies and actually understand each other as ladies in the show Sex and the City. And as a man, that's the hard part for me. As in a man in the Sex and the City show, I felt like I did enough for your love. And you told me I'm not giving you enough love as the ladies in the world on Sex and the City. And I'm like, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Yeah. And I'm still listening to Jay-Z and understand. You know, I just want to try to feel that memories I had traveling with my battle boy. That's all. I'm trying to get better. And I understand. I had good memories with my American family. You know, I made my dad laugh. I made my mom laugh. I made my brother laugh. And I don't know how far I went on laughter. And we had a 90s, 80s feeling for Christmas on planet Earth. You know, I miss Christmas in the world where you really felt like Christmas in the world. And then now you all act like you don't watch Family Matters in the world. Well, you all watch Family Matters in the world. And we got this uptight image to show to the world online. But I'd rather dance with Steve Urkel at the party than try to pick up a lady. Because I understand, even being in on this Sex and the City show, it's not always the man's fault. I feel like you all came together as ladies and tried to blame every man in the world. But that's not how I feel. I feel like I served my country. And I don't understand how hard it is to get a cheeseburger in America. I miss going to breakfast at McDonald's and get a McFlurry and an orange juice and an egg McMuffin sandwich. And we're losing that taste. Oh, I bet everybody forgot about Bill Cosby. And you all like, oh, trying to eat the Jello on the commercial because Bill Cosby said to eat Jello in America. And you was all happy little kids because Bill Cosby has to tell you you have to eat Jello as children to get along with each other. And nowadays, your Jello is made up with some fruit, natural flavors, and you can trust eating Jello. It's in the 21st century. As a humorous species on planet Earth. And that's all I want to feel eating Rita water ice in the summer because everybody tell me to eat more Rita water ice because that's tasty in the summer to eat and have a good time in the summer. But then you take it into some kind of, we went past that, and we forgot how to eat a Jello like a child in America, because Bill Cosby told me to on a commercial. And that's how simple life is. I understand it has to figure out the math part and the science part, but how hard is it? Now, science in a club to sit down, and it seems like we're all trying to get a lady at the club. So if you bring enough ladies at the party, we all could chill. But I just want to have a Jello now. I want to have a Jello with a Bill Cosby as an adult. Because I know we are capable to make a tasty Jello and recipes of different types of Recipes for Jello. And that's all I have to give for you today. We can do it, man. We can figure this out as people. We don't want trouble. Then help your goddamn friends out and don't get your friends in trouble. And you be only happy children eating Jello. Because Bill Cosby told me to. That's the 90s child in America. That's where I'm trying to take you. That's the Matrix. But I saw up to the latest Matrix movies, and I figured out why everything was moving so slow in the Matrix. Because we can't be that cool Matrix guy in the movie and kick your ass. You're on each other so much on every word you say on the internet, and now you're on some type of wave of hating, and then you go back in time, realize all we had to do was go to the store to get Jello and have a good time in America as kids in America. And you're trying as an adult, because Bill Cosby told me that's what's the meaning of life, to have Jello in America. So I'm trying my best as a veteran, and I want Jello too. Man, that song, you all know you want Jello at the parties, and then you're like, that's what I want. I don't know what. You all act like I understand Boy Meets World, and you're like that guy. It's like I understand now, and you just want Jello at the party because you're in the Boy Meets World show, and it was tasty, even step by step. You can have a Jello as a 90s American can, because Bill Cosby told everybody to have Jello in every damn show you watch. And every time you watch the show, the only reason why you go to the kitchen is because you're a 90s kid and you're trying to get a Jello out of the refrigerator, and you thought that was it as a child in life, to grow up as to what the